to the near side looking for Bennett. He's got him, and it's complete.
Back at Wabash High School, the Rochester Lady Zebras in the road blacks, the Wabash Lady Apaches in their home whites. Again, the JV game tonight went to Wabash over Rochester 34-3 with Megan Nile with 2 points for the Rochester Lady Zebras. Now, the other game we're following tonight, the Rochester guys home with a very, very good Logan Sport Berry team.
Yeah. Scary. Good.
We saw Attaway last year as a junior, I think, and I think he threw 2 down. Boy, that kid is athletic. So it'll be McCauley and Musselman to jump center. Rochester will go to our left. Wabash will go to our right. Tip is up and controlled by the Lady Zebras. Keaton Stasiak gets it outside to Malco. Malco on the right wing, now to Holland.
There's the 2-3 zone we talked about by Wabash.
2-3 zone. Malco drives, throws it up off the glass, and it goes in.
And right away, Becky Malco attacks the zone by going around the middle, the front two, and getting into the paint for that jumper off the glass.
So Parrott runs the point, top of the key. Right side to McCauley. McCauley behind the arc on the right wing. Law pass down low to Parrott. Parrott jumper over Holland is short. Gets her own rebound. Blocked from behind by Musselman. Picked up by Cromer. Her shot from the elbow right is no good. Allie Larkin rips the board. Rochester runs to our left. Rochester up 2-0. Outside right to Holland. High on the right side. Holland with the basketball. Dribbles away from the defense. Steps back now to Larkin. Swings left side to Malco. Malco looking down low to Musselman. Can't get her against the double team. Now to Stasiak. Top to a wide open Holland. 3 on the way. Top of the key. Short. And the rebound to Wabash and McCauley. McCauley hauls it down and gives to Cromer. Cromer leads ahead to Parrott. Parrott, right side of the floor, goes to the basket. Layup is good, and we're tied at 2.
And that's something that Southwood had a lot of success with last week against the Lady Zebras. They were able to beat them back down the floor on transition.
Yep, that's right.
Wabash not exactly out in front, but they did have enough of a numbers advantage to get the layup.
Larkin left wing. Kennedy being played in front and behind. Malco with 3 off the mark. No good. Offensive rebound by Larkin. Her shot no good. Stasiak in the rebound. Her put back is no good. The foul coming, it looks like, on Mullet, and that's going to send Rochester to the line for 2.
Larkin that time just in the right place at the right time. I think it almost surprised her. The ball bounced into her hands off of her missed shot, though. Musselman doing a great job keeping the ball alive, and Stasiak coming up with it.
Free throw by Stasiak is no good. Getting to the JV final from Rochester tonight. After a tight game in the first half, Logan Sport ran away and hid. They win tonight 52-29. Stasiak for one more for Rochester, for Rochester, and it goes. 3-2, Lady Zebras. Rochester in a man-to-man full-court press. Barton, high on the right side. The Parrott loses the handle in the backcourt. It's going to be an over to back. Nice defense by Allie Larkin. Rochester's going to get it back at the timeline, going to our left.
First turnover for either team.
Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. Two-three zone by the Lady Apaches. Holland, now Musselman at the free throw line. Gives to Malco. She drives and then throws it out of bounds. She's expecting Keaton to stay back there behind the arc, and Keaton cutting with Becky, going to the basket.
Well, Keaton had an open baseline. That was a good cut on her part. Malco just didn't see her go and threw the ball to a spot she thought she was going to be.
3-2 Rochester. 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Martin with the basketball against Larkin. Takes her left. Now kicks it outside to McCauley. Now she has on the right wing. She'll fire a 3 over Musselman. In and out, no good. Offensive rebound by Parrott. Her putback is no good. Gets it back. Her putback again is no good, but a foul coming on Rochester. And that's one thing Coach Stasiak said in the pregame. If we let them rebound, they're going to hang around the entire game.
Yeah, that's right. And so far, Parrott's been doing a great job of crashing the boards for the Lady Apaches. Rochester's going to have to do a better job of getting her blocked away.
Allie Larkin picks up a personal foul, so at the free throw line is Parrott, and her free throw is short, and she'll have one more. Again, J.C. Parrott, a 5'6" junior. For the Lady Apaches, one more coming for Wabash, looking to tie the score at 3 with 5:54 to play in the first quarter. Paradise a second one, lets it fly. This one's good, and we're tied at 3. 3-3, 5:50 to play, first quarter. Malco drives it right, cut off by the 2-3 zone, kicks it out to Holland. And a Malco feeds inside of Musselman. Drop step in the lane, shots and air ball. Rebound by Wabash. Cromer runs now left side of the floor, has her pocket picked by Holland. Back to the basketball, loses it, out of bounds, off of Cromer. X almost had a run away from Cromer. Cromer stopped, and as she tried to bounce it behind her back, went off the hip of Cromer and out of bounds. Bailey Yoakum comes into the game for Wabash, a 5'4" sophomore. Coach Stone really high on her. Now Ruff will come in, and Musselman will come out. So Morgan Ruff, her first game back in a couple of games with a concussion. She's in for the first time tonight. Now 5 guards on the floor for the Lady Zebras.
For them to try and get a little more motion in their offense and make or miss, look for them to come out in that half-court trap.
Chelsea Archer in the game as well. Ruff has the ball kicked away, and it will stay Rochester on the far side right in front of the Wabash bench. 5:25 to play. First quarter, we're tied at 3 here at Wabash High School. Malco runs the point. 2-3 zone by the Lady Apaches. Stops, rises up in the lane, too hard. Defensive rebound to Archer, and she gives off to Yoakum. Yoakum, middle of the floor. Outside to Archer on the right wing behind the arc. 2-3 zone now by the Lady Zebras. Archer bounce past to Cromer, and she'll reset for the Lady Apaches between the rings and the volleyball line. Now in the right corner to Archer. Archer against the double team. Dribbles to the baseline. Dribbles away from the double team. Hands off to Cromer. Wide open back door is Mullet. Her shot no good, and another shot point blank is missed by Mullet as well. Rebound finally by Rochester. They push to our left. Holland left wing. Behind the arc. Since top of the key to Larkin. Down low to Stasiak. She loses the handle in the lane. Picked up by Wabash. Barton with the basketball now for the Lady Apaches. Now top of the key to Cromer. Left side to Yoakum. To Mullet. Mullet against the double team high on the left side. It's to Archer. She holds against the 2-3 zone in the middle to Barton. Outside to Cromer. 18-footer short. Stasiak rips the board and runs. Keaton middle of the floor for the Lady Zebras. Her pass tipped away and ball loose on the floor. Wabash gets it to Cromer. Cromer runs. We're tied at 3. Cromer middle of the floor. Stop. Pop. It is no good, and the rebound to Ruff. Now to Holland. Rochester runs. We're tied at 3. 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. Holland, top of the key to Larkin. 2-3 zone still for Wabash. 3 in the way for Holland's no good. And the rebound to Yoakum. She rips and runs. The sophomore, right side of the floor. Dribbles down to the wing. Her shot blocked by Larkin and picked up by Stasiak. The bounce passes now to Holland, and Rochester walks it up the floor. 3-3. 3:40 to play in the first quarter.
I would venture to say both teams feeling a little rust here this evening.
Yeah, boy. Over the top of the defense to Malcolm in the lane. Down low to Ruff. Tipped out of bounds by Wabash. And it's going to stay with Rochester out of bounds. And McCauley coming back in. Also Parrott coming back in for Wabash. Also coming in for the first time is Sabrina Wagner, a 5'6" junior for the Apaches. 3:33 to play in the first. 3-3 here at Wabash. Ruff gets it into Malco. Malco down low to Ruff. Mo, wrap around past to Kennedy, who's back in the game. She kind of snuck in. I didn't even see her come in, believe it or not. And she replaces Keaton Stasiak.
And McCauley going to pick up her second foul.
Boy, Kennedy had a wide open look, didn't she?
Yep. Ruff had a little bit of trouble getting to her.
Ruff lobs in it over the defense to Larkin. Allie back behind the three-point line from the right wing is no good. And the rebound to McCauley.
McCauley doing a great job of blocking out on Kennedy, keeping her away from the bucket.
Yoakum, high on the right side to Archer. Now in the corner. Now top of the key to Yoakum.
Rochester in a 1-3-1 now.
Right side to Wagner. 18-footers in as it rattles home, and Wabash up 5-3. 3 minutes to play in the first quarter.
Rochester mixing up their defenses, trying to throw a wrench, and Wabash is thinking.
Larkin to the left wing. 2-3 zone still for Wabash. Right side to Holland. Quickly back to Malco. Drives the right elbow. Out to Ruff. Now to Holland. X drives. Goes to the basket. Jumper. No good. Rebound tipped around. X gets the road rebound over the top of the defense to Ruff. Back to Malco for 3. Left wings off the mark. Way off the mark.
And everything for Rochester's coming up short. Even the 5-foot and the 5-foot jumpers and the layups. They're all coming up underneath the rim.
Ball batted out of bounds by Wabash. And stay with Rochester right in front of the Wabash bench. And Cromer back in. Also Barton back in. McCauley comes out, as does Archer for the Lady Apaches. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. 2:36 to play. First quarter, Wabash leading 5-3. Malco gets into Holland on the right wing. Back to Becky. Becky hesitates, now drives. Goes up, off the glass. No good. And the rebound is tipped out of bounds by Rochester, and it'll go to Wabash. Point blank shot. Couldn't get to go.
Rolled all the way around the rim and off.
2:25 to play. First quarter, Wabash up 5-3. And Parrott runs the point for the Lady Apaches to get Rochester's 1-3-1 zone. Parrott high on the left side. and then throws it to Coach Stasiak, who's not on the floor. He can't play. That's illegal. And it'll go back to Rochester.
Well, this is an indication why both of these teams are high-level defensive specialists, I guess you would say. Wabash only giving up about 34 a game. Rochester giving up 30 a game.
Yeah, first one to 30 might win this one.
Yeah, you're very well. Could be. First one to 40.
Malco has her pocket picked by Cromer, and then we're going to have a tie-up, and Wabash will get it back on the turnover by the Lady Zebras, and Keaton Stasiak will come back into the game, and Keaton will replace Allie Larkin for Rochester. 2:05 to play, first quarter. Wabash up 5-3, and they've got the basketball going to our right. J.C. Parrott runs the point for the Lady Apaches against Rochester's 1-3-1 zone. High on the left side to Yoakum. Yoakum over the double team to Parrott between the rings. Dribbles to the three-point line over the top of the defense to Wagner. And the entry pass down low is knocked away by Musselman out of bounds. It'll stay with Wabash baseline right.
I'd really rather see Musselman stay behind that girl and to have her get some help on one of those guards sliding down from the free throw line.
Parrott in the paint. Wrap around pass down low to Barton. Is blocked out of bounds by Musselman. It'll stay with Wabash with 1:45 to play in the first quarter. Again, Wabash up 5-3.
You risk those stupid little fouls when you try and reach around that girl, knock that ball away, and she's with a foot advantage. You sure don't want her stepping in front.
Right. Mullet back into the game for Wabash. Cromer gets it in. Out of Parrott, high on the left side to Yoakum. Spins in the corner to Mullet. Her long three-point shot, no good. And an offensive rebound to Yoakum. Yoakum takes Ruff to the baseline. Outside to Parrott, who dribbles away from the defense. Down the right wing, wraparound pass to Cromerson's left side to Mullet. Mullet against Musselman. Now Rochester in a man-to-man defense. Yoakum now against Malco. 1:20 to play in the first quarter. Wabash up 5-3. Bounce pass to Harden. Three over Stasiak. No good. Offensive rebound. And now we're going to have a reach-in foul on Ruff. It'll be out of bounds to Wabash. Baseline left.
Rochester just acts like they're running around looking for their man to guard, rather than paying attention, to where the ball is at and the shot being up.
Maybe that's why we're in that zone. Three in the way for Wabash. No good. Rebound to Ruff. She rips and runs. Mo, right side of the floor. And then is fouled on the reach-in by Yoakum at the 10-second line. It'll be Rochester basketball with 64 seconds to play in the first quarter. Allie Larkin will come back into the game. Larkin's going to replace Alexa Holland.
Holland's only had, 2 shots?
Yeah.
So, pretty quiet herself.
Ruff runs the point. 2-3 zone by Wabash. Ruff in the paint. Wrap around pass to Musselman. Her shot on the play is off the glass and good. We're tied at 5.
Great pass by Ruff. She kind of hooked it around her hip to get it there to Musselman on the blow block.
Deep as she got in.
Yeah.
Somebody had to come help, which left somebody on the block wide open.
Exactly.
Barden against the double team, and she's going to be fouled by Ruff. Is that going to be Ruff? If that's the case, that's her second. And I'm guessing that Holland will come back into the game. She will.
That is Ruff's second.
So X comes in, Mo comes out. Maddie Shively comes into the game for the first time, and Stasiak will come out. Rochester will fall back in a 2-3 zone.
Yep.
Cromer will get it in. Does so to Parrott. 40 seconds to play first quarter. We're tied at 5 here at Wabash. Yoakum.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Wabash try and pull it out and hold for that last
why not?
shot.
As well as we're playing it, we let him. Yoakum drives. Jumper in the lane is no good. And the rebound fought for it. Ball loose on the floor. I like it. A lot of bodies on the floor. Wabash comes out of there with it. Parrott jumper in the lane. Good, and a foul. Except he travels first. One of those bodies on the floor, 44. We've been talking about that all season.
Unfortunately, though, Wabash still coming up with the offensive rebound and those second opportunities.
15 seconds. Malco across the timeline, high on the right side. Bounce pass to Holland with 10. And her pass is tipped away and stolen by Cromer with 6. Cromer then double dribbles and travels, and it's going to go back to Rochester with 6 seconds to play. In the first quarter, we're tied at 5.
Both teams with 5 turnovers in this first quarter to match their point total.
I would like to know how many rebounds we've given up.
Oh yeah, a ton on the offensive boards.
6 seconds to play in the first quarter. Rochester and Wabash tied at 5. Rochester will have the final shot of the quarter. Holland gets it in. Holland in the paint. Stops. Teardrop shot at the buzzer is no good. After 1, we're tied at 5. You're listening to Ladies Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI. Going to the second quarter here at Wabash High School.
I'm beginning to wonder, maybe we should, instead of bringing the bus over here, maybe we should just have the girls run.
At least it woke them up a little bit.
Right,
yeah, no doubt.
Right.
Rochester starts the second quarter of the basketball, going to our left. Malco to Holland. Holland around the defense. Wabash sticks to that 2-3 zone. Why not? It's worked.
Absolutely.
Larkin around Cromer.
They're putting more pressure out on the basketball now, forcing turnovers like that one.
Ball loose. Yoakum is blocked from behind by Larkin. She picks her way through traffic. 3-on-1 break for Rochester. And then Larkin loses it from behind. Out of bounds. Nice recovery for Parrott. And it'll stay with Rochester underneath their own basket baseline right.
So Lady Apache's staying in that 2-3 zone, like you said, but the girls out front are putting a lot more pressure on that basketball and trying to force those bad passes across the court like we've seen Rochester do just last week, even against Southwood.
Larkin gets the inbound pass, runs away from the defense, top of the key to Malco. Becky at the free throw line has her pass kicked.
But you notice when the ball comes from the wing, they're pushing them all the way out past the volleyball line before they allow them to come back across midcourt. They're trying to keep the Lady Zebras on that left side of the floor.
Malco top of the key. Splits the 2-3 zone and fouled on the way to the basket. Before the shot, it'll be out of bounds to Rochester. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. 7:21 to play in the second quarter.
Cromer picks up her first, team fourth.
Over the top of the defense to Holland against the 2-3 zone. X in the paint. Kicks it out to Malco. Drives around the defense. Jumper on the way from 15 feet. High off the glass. No good. McCauley with the rebound. Gives to Yoakum.
Again, Rochester one and done. Wabash the other direction. They've got open people down low.
Down low to McCauley. And she puts it in for two. And it's 7-5 Wabash. A minute gone here in the second quarter. Malco. Bounce pass to Stasiak in the corner.
And we're averaging about a basket every 3 minutes in this ball game.
Hollandwood's behind the three-point line. Dribbles away from the 2-3 zone. Long three on the way is off the mark. No good. Rebound fall forward. We're going to have a foul coming in against Rochester. Throws it back. Stasiak for Malco.
Stasiak over the back.
Man, that's a frustration shot right there. I mean, that was 3 foot behind the three-point line.
No, if she knocks that down, that's definitely going to open up that 2-3 zone by the Lady Apaches. But, boy, that's only X's third shot of this ball game, and she hasn't been close on any of them.
And now we're going to have a basketball knocked out of bounds by Rochester. It'll stay with the Lady Apaches on the far side, right in front of the Rochester bench. Yoakum looks to get it in. Does so to Barnett over the top of the defense. To Parrott. Parrott with the basketball. Over the top of the defense to Yoakum. Runs away from the trap. Loses the handle. Ball picked up by Stasiak. Ball still loose. Now Larkin has it. Allie runs to our left. Now slows up. Walks it through the center circle. High on the right side.
It's almost every pass the Lady Zebras try to push one direction or the other. They're trying to push it through the Lady Apache's defense.
Rochester will use a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Lady Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI. .09 to play in the first half. Wabash leads 7-5. And after the Rochester timeout, they've got it going to our left. Malco with the basketball. Bounce pass around the defense to Larkin. 18-footer right side is short. Rebound tipped around. Wabash comes out of there with it again. Cromer rips it and runs for Wabash. Leads ahead to a wide open Barden. In the paint to McCauley, and she is blocked out of bounds by Larkin. It'll stay with Wabash baseline right. Cromer will look to get it in. Cromer studies. Baseline right over the top of the defense to Parrott. Three from the right wing is no good. Good block out by Holland. She grabs the board and runs. X middle of the floor for Rochester. Now pulls it out on the left wing. Down low, loses the handle out to Stasiak. Gives to Larkin. She runs around the defense. Strip on the baseline on the way is good. And we're tied at 7.
A little more focus on that possession by Rochester. Frustration level reaches a certain point. The focus level seems to kick in.
Barden, lob pass inside, is knocked out of bounds by Stasiak. And Stasiak and Kennedy playing front and behind to McCauley. And it'll be out of bounds to Wabash here on the near sideline. 5:26 to play in the first half. And we're tied at 7 here at Wabash. Cromer looks to get it in. Bounce pass into Parrott. Looks down low to McCauley. And her pass is tipped away, but gotten back to Mullet. Mullet to Kramer. Jumper in the lane is no good. Musselman grabs the board. Kennedy gives out to Larkin. Boy, Rochester lucky that thing didn't fall from point blank.
Right. Larkin point blank just couldn't get it to roll over the rim.
Holland high on the right side to Larkin. Back to Holland on the left wing. Left baseline to Malco. Bounce pass down a little Musselman. Her jumper short. And Kennedy's going to be fouled for coming over the back. She's got to put that ball in the hole for crying out loud.
She's just like all the rest of them. They're just not getting it high enough off the glass. They're shooting at the bottom of the rim instead of up on the backboard.
Well, when you throw the basketball like she just did, it's not going to go in.
Right.
That's just bad. 7-7, 4:59 to play in the first half. Wabash will get it back. And Yoakum now will run the point for the Lady Apaches. Here comes the half-court trap over the top of the defense to Barden. Down low to Wagner. Runs away from Shively. Gets it out to Yoakum. Yoakum down low to McCauley. Her shot's blocked, but Larkin's going to make that. Yeah, Larkin's going to pick up the foul. McCauley will go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
And, you want to talk about coaching. You're seeing just the results of some really good coaching from the Lady Apaches. I mean, they are just in the right place at the right time at the right moment.
Yep.
And the teammates know where to find their teammates.
McCauley's first free throw is off the back of the rim, no good. We'll have one more. 4:45 to play in the first half. 7-7. I think Kennedy was just getting chewed on for coming up and stopping that drive, which left McCauley all alone down low. Well, I hope that's what's not the case, but it sure did look like it. McCauley's second one is no good again. Good block out for Stasiak, and we're going to have a lane violation on Rochester. McCauley will shoot again. Shively?
I think so. Well, Holland, I don't know. Looked like he was looking across the lane at Holland.
So McCauley will have one more opportunity here to take the lead. And too hard again. And Peterson grabs the board and just about throws away. Now gives to Stasiak, who gives to Malco.
White jerseys must be hard to see.
7-7. We're tied. Down low to Shively. Jumper is on the way off the glass. It's no good. The Peterson putback is good. 9-7. Rochester up with 4:24 to play in the first half. Yoakum around the defense. Works high on the left side for Wabash. Gives outside to Mullet. Down low to McCauley. Jumper in the paint is no good. Holland grabs the board. Runs around the defense and runs.
McCauley had an open lane to the basket.
Holland loses the handle. There's a loose ball. Holland picks it up and gives the head to Stasiak, who is fouled by Yoakum. And that's going to be the 15th foul. And Keaton gets up slow.
Second foul on Yoakum. Well, she's got that knee brace on from last season, and
I think it was a shoulder thing that time.
Right, yeah. Well, anytime you get a player rolling up on your legs, it's a scary situation.
Barden and Parent back in the game for Wabash. 4 minutes to play. First half, Rochester up 9-7. Neither team is led by more than 2. Stasiak runs the point, runs it left, set off by the defense. Cross court to Peterson, over the top of the defense to Holland. X left side to Stasiak. Keaton kicks it to Peterson on the right block. Karina loses the handle. Ball loose on the floor. Gives it to Stasiak somehow. Ball still loose, picked up by Wabash. Parrott runs. Parrott right side of the floor against Malco. She loses the handle, throws it up, no good. Shively with the board, and we're going to be tied up. Rochester will get it back on possession. Wow. Oh, not very pretty. Not very pretty tall. Archer comes back into the game for Wabash. And Yoakum to sit down. 3:34 to play in the first half. 9-7 Rochester. 5-5 after 1.
We may not get to 10 here before half.
You're right. It might be the first of 20. Stasiak. Wrap around pass to Shively. Down low. Another tie-up. Rochester turns it over. Going to give it back to Wabash. Nice job down low by Mullet, who had pretty good position on Shively. Wabash basketball. Rochester by 2. Parrott against the 2-3 zone. Gives to a wide open Mullet. Wagner for 3, right baseline. Off the top of the backboard and out of bounds. Musselman will come back into the game. And Shively will come out. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. 3:13 to play in the first half. Rochester by 2.
Nobody
with that.
Yeah, nobody with more than 2 points in this entire game on either team.
2 points leads us.
Leads everybody. Yeah.
2-3 zone still by Wabash. I don't know if they've come out of that. Maybe once they went to a man-to-man while last trip down the floor for Rochester.
Yeah.
Because Kennedy wasn't in. She's being double-teamed with a block. She better get used to that.
You're
I'm
right.
saying.
You're right.
I mean,
even when she doesn't have a height advantage.
Yeah. Malco, top of the key. Drives to the left elbow. Gives Stasiak. She drives the baseline. Wrap around past the Musselman. Jumper on the way. No good. And
there's another frustration foul on Musselman as she missed the layup. And then in frustration goes after that rebound. Gets another foul. That's 2.
she got to hit that shot.
Yes, you make the layup, you don't get that foul. You don't get that frustration.
No way anybody should come close to putting her hands on the ball down low. That's just pathetic. Free throw is good by Mullet. She'll have one more to tie this one at 9. 2:43 to play in the first half. She's got 2 fouls, and she's going to sit there the rest of the half. That's awful. Second one is no good, and Holland with a rebound. X runs. Holland outside right. Gives outside to Stasiak. Stasiak drives the paint. Kicks it out to Malco. 3, left wing. No good. And the rebound to Wagner for Wabash. 9-8 Rochester. 2:25 to play in the first half.
Rochester's got to be shooting about 10%.
Oh, it's awful.
They're missing layups, threes, everything.
Wagner in the paint. Martin, her shot no good. Shiley grabs the board and gives to Malco.
That's one of the few times Wabash has been one and done.
Yeah, that's right.
That may be the only time they've been one and done tonight.
Bounce pass to Stasiak. Wrap around to Holland. X back to Stasiak. Flips it to Malco on the right wing. Back to Stasiak to the right elbow. Pull up jumper lane. Off the window. No good. And the rebound is going to be to Rochester as Barden and Stasiak is tied up down low. Rochester will keep possession. Trimmer will come back into the game for the Lady Apaches with 1:55 to play in the first half. 9-8. Rochester on top. X, left baseline.
Well, how do you beat the number 1 team in the state?
Run a 2-3 zone.
Run a 2-3 zone and don't let
and
them
out-rebound them.
Don't let them score.
Yep. Shively top of the key. Bounce pass left to Holland. X around the defense. Between her legs, dribble on the left wing with 1:45 to play in the first half. Rochester by 1 at 9-8. 2-3 zone by Wabash. Malco around the defense to Holland. Holland high on the right side for the Lady Zebras. We're down to 1:33. Malco in the paint. And she is fouled going to the basket. She'll go to the line to shoot 1 in the bonus.
Cromer's second. Cromer now with 2, McCauley with 2, and Yoakum with 2 for the Lady Apaches.
90 seconds to play in the first half. No, I'm sorry. 1 more foul. I beg your pardon. And then Rochester will shoot.
Yeah, that was a 6.
Holland over the top of the defense to Malco high on the right side. Malco on the right wing. Cross-court corner shot to Holland. Her 3 is good.
The first one for Holland to drop tonight.
Needed that one. Rochester by 4 at 12-8.
Could use 4 or 5 or more of those.
Parrott down low to Barden. 15-footer short. Gets a roll rebound. Put back no good. Maddie Shiley going to be called for a foul on the floor, and that's going to send Parrott to the line to shoot 1 in the bonus for the, Barden. 1 in the bonus for Wabash.
Shively got caught out of position on the shot and then failed to get back and block out as Barden just followed her shot. Got the putback.
Maddie Barden, a 5'7" senior at the line for 1 and the bonus. First one on the way is good, and she'll have 1 more. 1:11 to play in the first half, 12-9. Rochester, and coming back into the game is Archer if Barden makes this one. Barden eyes the second one. The 5'7" senior fires the second one, and it's good again.
Well, Wabash definitely taking advantage of the opportunities at the free throw line.
Whoa, Barden, what? So Barden was shooting, and anyway, Cromer comes out. 70 seconds.
Mullet was shooting 22, wasn't it?
Oh, was it?
No, you're right, 13. Never mind.
12-10. Rochester will look for the final shot of the half, which is going to bring, Wabash is going to extend that 2-3 zone out to the volleyball line now. Left wing, Malco. High on the right side to Holland with 50. Back to Malco on the left side. Right side of the floor to Holland with 46. Back to Malco, and she holds 12-10 as the first half ticking away. You heard me right. 12-10 Rochester as Holland stands near the center circle on the right side and holds. Wabash going to let him play that, the 2-3 zone inside the three-point line, and we're down to 30 seconds.
It's a 12-10 ball game, and the student section's chanting boring because we're holding the game, holding the ball.
It's been boring for a long time. 20 seconds. Holland holds with 18. X near the center circle holds with 14. Holland holds with 11. Now moves with 9. Gets a pick. Dribbles around the pick. Outside of Malco with 6. Becky at the free throw line. To Stasiak with 4. Gives to Holland with 3. The step back 3 on the way. Good again! At halftime, Rochester leads 15-10. You're listening to Ladies Year Basketball, 92.1 WROI. So we start the third quarter with Wabash of the basketball going to our left. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman.
Well, the Lady Apaches have failed to score more than 5 points in any one quarter, which is a good thing for the Lady Zebras, but unfortunately, we're not faring much better ourselves.
Rochester starts the original 5. Malco, Holland, Stasiak, Larkin, and Musselman. Paired around the defense. High on the right side of Barton. She loses the basketball for Larkin put it out of bounds. It'll stay with Wabash in front of their own bench.
And Rochester putting pressure on the basketball to start here in this third quarter. Right away.
Could do something new.
Yep, right away is Larkin, Holland, and Malco pressuring the ball.
Barton jump pass down low to McCauley is taken away by Musselman, and she rips the pass and gives to Larkin.
How's that for guts trying to throw it up over the top of the 6'2" Colt?
Just about did it. She faked cut with her fingernails. Malco high on the right side. In the lane to Stasiak. Outside to Holland. Back to Malco on the right wing. She drives inside the three-point line to Holland. Right wing 3. And the way is good.
Holland with her third 3. Picks up where she left off in the second quarter.
18-10. Rochester with 7:25 to play in the third quarter. Here comes the half-court trap. Parrott lob pass to Barton. 15-footer is good. Well, good way to break the half-court trap when you can bury him from 15 feet.
Find the open shooter and catch and shoot. Triple threat position.
Yep. Larkin, high on the left side to Stasiak. Keaton drives. Dump pass inside to Musselman. Backs away in. Throws up a shot. It's good. And then she hits the flow hard. Get up. She runs down the floor.
Much better job that time concentrating on the shot, getting it up on the glass.
And now we're going to have a foul coming on the sideline by Becky Malco as she fouls Parrott. It's going to be out of bounds to Wabash here on the near side, I should say, with 6:50 to play in the third quarter. Rochester by 8.
Malco's first.
It's about the only one that has one. Just one. Barton's turn jumper. The free throw line is good. Anybody want to guard her?
Yep, she's just cutting from one side of the floor to the other into that open spot. Catch, turn, shoot.
Stasiak, free throw line. She throws it out of bounds, and it's going to go back to Wabash. 20-14, Rochester with 6:36 to play in the third.
I think that was the case when she saw Holland cutting across the baseline, but she lost the handle on the basketball. When she recovered herself, Holland was already gone.
Parrott gets it to Cromer. Cromer works right side. Now lob pass to Barton. Down low to McCauley, and she's fouled by Musselman, and that'll be 3 on Musselman. Got 6 inches. Just put your hands up in front.
Stand with your hands in the air. Yep. Make her shoot over the top.
So McCauley will go to the line to shoot 2.
Lady Apache's doing basically the same thing that Rochester's doing. Attack on the pressure, on the ball, and then on offense, push it into the post.
Free throw from McCauley is good. Musselman will come out. Ruff will be back in. One more for McCauley. Looking to cut this lead to 4. 6:23 to play in the third. Second one for McCauley is good again.
The other thing the Lady Apache's doing, they're getting to the free throw line. That's their 10th trip to the free throw line. Rochester still has only been there once.
2-3 zone by Wabash. Malco high on the right side to Larkin. Back to Malco high on the left side. Wraparound pass is taken away by Wabash. Cromer has it stripped away, but right there is Parrott for the layup. No good. Ball loose on the floor. Malco and Cromer is tied up, and it'll go to Rochester. Boy, Wabash has such fast hands.
Yeah. Well, and anticipation. I mean, they anticipate the passing lane and they get in it.
6 minutes to play, third quarter. Rochester up 20-16.
For some of that, Rochester makes it pretty easy for them by just turning and throwing it and not even looking to see where the defense is at.
Malco on the wing. Left wing pass high left side to Larkin. Right wing pass to Malco. Becky in the baseline to X. Fakes the three. Now dribbles to the wing. Top of the key to Malco. Becky around the defense to Larkin. Dribbles to the top of the key. Right wing pass to Malco. Down low to Stasiak. Keaton backs her way in. Throws up a tough shot. She's fouled on the shot by McCauley. Boy, I hope somebody over there on that bench is learning something from that post move. And Keaton Stasiak will go to the line to shoot two.
And that is the third on McCauley. That's something where Keaton, once she got the ball down low, she felt McCauley pressure her on the baseline side of her body, and she turned back towards the middle of the free throw line and got the advantage that way.
Keaton hits the first free throw. McCauley sits down with 3 fouls, so both bigs for Rochester and Wabash with 3 fouls. And into the game again is Yoakum. Stasiak with 1 more. It's no good. And Cromer with the rebound. Rochester by 5. 5.5 to play in the third quarter. Yoakum gets the basketball against Ruff. Now gets the double team, lobs it over to Cromer.
And Ruff's got to be careful. She's got 2 fouls.
In the middle to Mullet. Outside to Yoakum. Yoakum just a sophomore. I like how she plays. Now to Parrott. And the pass is taken away and stolen by Malco. Becky Malco will cruise in for the right-handed layup. It is good. And it's 23-16. Rochester's biggest lead of the game has been 8 just a couple of minutes ago. 5 minutes to play, and then the ball is thrown out of bounds by Cromer. Rochester going to get it back. Boy, I thought maybe Coach Stone was going to use a timeout there. Look, don't get rattled. We're still right in here.
You're right. And I think that's something he's trying to convey to his team, to just, take a deep breath, calm down. We made a couple mistakes. You're still in this.
Malco, high left side to Larkin, now to Ruff. Oh, inside the three-point line. Hesitates, loses the ball. Picked up by Mullet, now gives to Kramer. Makes that to Cromer, a bigger part, middle of the floor. Put off by the defense. Rochester to 2-3, out to Yoakum. Yoakum, no look pass left side to Parrott. 3 left wing is off the mark, no good. And the rebound to Cromer. Cromer kicks it out to Yoakum. 18-footer's good. Another offensive rebound by Wabash. Turns into point. And it's 23-18. Holland, left side to Ruff. Moe, left wing of the floor. Larkin, right side to Holland. Baseline to Malco. Down low to Stasiak. Keaton loses the handle. Picks it up. Throws up a tough shot. It goes in.
Nice job by Stasiak to recover that loose ball and get it high up off the backboard on the glass.
Logan Sport dunk number 2 with 5 minutes played in the second half, or second quarter. Pair to the lane. Her jumper over Stasiak's good. Logan Sport leads 33-13. 25-20 Rochester. Malco in the paint. Down low to Stasiak. Tipped out of bounds by Cromer. And it will stay with Rochester as Maddie Shiley comes back in the game. And Allie Larkin will sit down. Also Wagner coming back in for Wabash. And Barden will sit down. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. Rochester basketball out of bounds. Baseline right. Holland looks to get it in. Bounce pass to Stasiak. Loses it through her legs. We're going to have a tie-up. Nope, we're not going to have a tie-up. Maddie Shively comes out of there somehow and gives to Holland. Top of the key to Malco. Back to Holland. 3 right wing is off the mark, no good. And the rebound to Yoakum. Yoakum runs for Wabash. Yoakum coast to coast. Kicks it outside to Parrott. Layup is no good. And the rebound to Maddie Shively. And we're going to have a tie-up down low. It'll stay with Wabash.
Well, right now, Wabash, Lady Apache is just showing more fire and more want to. As they're fighting for those rebounds at both ends.
Second game in a row.
Yeah.
3:30 to play in the third. 25-20 Rochester. Cromer. Oh, my goodness. Wide open to Parrott. Her jumper's no good, but a foul coming on Rochester as the entire defense fell asleep as Cromer got it, quickly got it into Parrott.
They all have their backs to the basketball. They never even knew when the ball came in until Parrott caught it in front of them and was shooting.
So Parrott will go to the line to shoot 2 for Wabash, looking to cut into this 5-point lead.
Malco picked up her second.
Parrott's free throw is no good off the side of the iron. Still have one more.
Well, I tell you what, there's a couple of teams that come to mind right off the top of my head that'll just eat us alive if we play like this.
3.5 to play in the third. Parrott with one more. Eyes a second one and makes this one. And she'll be replaced by Archer, who comes back in the game. 25-21 Rochester. It'll be Lady Zebra basketball going to our right. Malco will jog it through the center circle. Malco, right side to Ruff. Moe almost loses the handle. Nice dribbling. Down low to Stasiak off the foot. unfortunately, of Mullen. It will stay with Rochester out of bounds. Back into the game is Barden for Wabash, and Cromer will come out. Holland will look to trigger it in, baseline right. 3:19 to play in the third with Rochester up by 4. X studies. Wide open to Stasiak. Keaton in the lane. Jumper is good. A foul.
Well, Stasiak, great job of working position down low.
And Keaton will go to the line to shoot one free throw. And hoping to push this lead back to 7. Stasiak's free throw. Eyes it, flies it. Nope, way short. And the rebound to Wabash. Puts it to Yoakum. She loses the handle against Malco. Oh, then switches directions and goes to the basket. Hart throws up a tough shot. No good. Ruff with the rebound, and Yoakum picks up the frustration foul.
Well, that's her third.
27-21 Rochester. 3:07 to play in the third.
We've seen that happen more than once tonight where somebody misses the easy shot underneath and then frustration.
Larkin back into the game and Shively come out.
Pick up that cheap foul going after the loose ball.
Rochester basketball coming the length of the floor. Malco runs the point. 2-3 zone. Ruff on the right wing. Around the defense at the free throw line. Outside of Malco. In the paint. Rises up. Tough shot. A lot of contact. No foul. Gets a roll rebound. Wraparound pass is taken away by Yoakum. Yoakum runs for Wabash to our left. Down low to Parrott. Parrott on the baseline. Kicks it out to Yoakum, and before the pass, she travels. And it'll go back to Rochester. And Cromer will come back into the game for Wabash. I tell you what, Coach Stone doing a great job with his substitutions. He is shuffling somebody in and out all the time.
Keeping fresh legs in the game. I'm sure they'd like to see this game stay at a half-court pace. Rochester desperately trying to push up the tempo.
Yep.
They know if they can spread this game out, they can start to get some open lanes and some open looks.
Malco bounce pass to Larkin right side. 3 right wing is off the mark, no good. Good rebound good block out by Stasiak. And I believe Mullet came over the back of Stasiak, and it will be Rochester basketball out of bounds baseline left.
Mullet to pick up her first, team fourth.
And she was not shooting, it was on the floor, so Holland will look to trigger it in. X fixes her ponytail, or make that Keaton fix her ponytail because it got ripped out. Holland looks to get it in. X bounce pass into Ruff, and Ruff is fouled on the reach in. It'll be out of bounds again with 2:28 to play in the third, with Rochester up by 6 at 27-21.
That foul against Wagner, that's her second. So Rochester slowly trying to get themselves in a position to shoot free throws.
Stasiak, tough shot, gets her own rebound. Outside of Malco, her jumper's good, and a foul!
Nice job by Stasiak on the miss. This time she's able to pick up that loose ball, and notice Malco wide open on the block. Gets it down to her.
Rochester an opportunity to push this one to 9 with this freebie for Becky Malco with 2:23 to play in the third quarter. Malco flies the free throw, no good, and the rebound to Wagner. Well, I missed that pretty bad.
Yeah. Rochester 2 of 4 from the free throw line tonight.
Cromer, left elbow, her pass is kicked away by Malco.
2 of 6.
2 of 6? 2 of 6. 2:13 to play in the third. Rochester up 29-21. Cromer will look to trigger it in on the far sideline. And gets it into Parrott, who runs the point against Rochester's 1-3-1 zone. Gets it inside the three-point line out to Wagner. Back to Parrott high on the right side. Left wing pass to Wagner. Over the top of the defense to Parrott. Right side to Mullet in the corner to Cromer. She drives the baseline. Throws up a shot. It's blocked out of bounds by Stasiak, and will stay with Wabash baseline right. Coach Stone's arguing it was a foul. But Wabash going to keep possession with 1:53 to play in the third. Rochester by 8. Cromer, lob pass inside, is knocked away, stolen by Malco. Becky Malco going in, off the glass, is good. And Rochester now up by 10 at 31-21. Timeout, Wabash. It will be a 30. You're listening to Ladies Year Basketball, 92.1 WRLI. 100 seconds to play in the third quarter. Rochester up by 10, and then a ball stolen away by Malco. I make that to Ruff, who gives Stasiak, who gives to Larkin. Larkin top of the key, right side to Holland. Rochester by 10. Holland at the elbow left, throws it up for grab, gives to Malco. Back to Ruff, outside to Holland. Wide open three, right wing, short, and in. Bounces off the top of the rim, off the backboard and in.
Shooters roll.
And the Lady Zebras up now by 13 at 34-21.
12-point for Holland.
Half-court trap. Wagner dribbles away from it. Her pass is stolen by Larkin.
Tipped away by Malco.
And then Ruff loses it. Wabash knocked it out of bounds. You tell me, there are 7 girls on the floor and nobody fouled?
Well, nobody, I mean, that ball tipped around, bumped around. Nobody ever had possession of it. Wabash the last ones to touch it.
So Rochester going to get possession at halftime. Logansport leads Rochester now 48-15 as the Berries went on a 26-2 run in that second quarter.
Holy cow. Well, Malco's going to walk it up with 52 left here in this third quarter.
34-21 Rochester. And they do what Rochester does best, and that's going to take the air out of the ball until they take the final shot. Wabash is going to let them dribble with 39. Malco on the near sideline with 35. Just dribbled.
Holland closed out the second quarter on 2 3-pointers, and we'll see if they can get one here to end this third.
Musselman's back in the game.
Yeah, she snuck back in.
Looking to pick up her fourth foul.
Last 50 seconds.
22 seconds to play.
She's double teamed.
She has been all night.
Yep.
Now Rochester moves. Malco brings it back with 17. Works to the middle of the floor with 15. Right wing, she's going to move, or she's going to get a 5-second count. She picks up her dribble against the Holland. X with 10. Around the defense to Malco. Becky drives, loses the handle. Wabash picks it up. Cross-court pass. The pass through her hands with 2.4 to play, and Rochester going to get it back.
Oh. Sometimes it's just good to be lucky.
Yepper. 2.4, and no pressure being put on the inbound pass. Now Cromer will come up and do that. Larkin will trigger it in with 2.4. Gets it into Malco. Malco runs. Half quarter at the buzzer on the way. No good. After 3. Rochester leads 34-21. You're listening to Ladies for Basketball, 92.1 WROI. Going to the fourth quarter, the Rochester Lady Zebras with their biggest lead of the game at 13 at 34-21. And Rochester will start the fourth and final quarter of the basketball. So let me ask you, we're struggling to score points.
Yeah.
Would you pull it out now and just let the clock run?
Wow. I don't think so. I don't think you do that until there's less than 4 minutes to go in the game. I think we got to keep looking to find ways to put points on the board.
Malco breaks the press, gets it down low to Musselman. She throws it up, tough shot. And now we're going to have a foul coming against Ruff.
Oh, I thought she had inside position.
Kennedy misses another point-blank shot.
Ruff picks up her third. Lady Apaches will bring it up against Rochester.
Sorry, just shaking my head.
Yes,
shaking my head.
Right. Yep.
Here comes a half-court trap by the Lady Zebras. Cromer down low. Just shot over Musselman. No good. McCauley with the jumper. Putback is no good. Rebound to Cromer. Her putback no good. Partially blocked by Malco. It'll go out of bounds. Off of Malco. It'll stay with Wabash.
And the black jerseys just standing back about the free throw or the volleyball line there, just kind of watching. Nobody moving. Nobody making a move to the basket.
Malco almost sees her going out of bounds, and she can't, but Wabash is going to keep possession. You're right. 20 seconds gone in the fourth quarter. Wabash up by 13.
Musselman with 3 fouls and Ruff with 3 fouls, both in the ball game, and nobody really making any move to clear that board.
Yoakum with it. Rochester to man-to-man. Yoakum down low. Musselman's going to pick up foul number 4. She hits Cromer hard. Both girls going hard after the basketball. And Cromer hit the floor hard, and Kennedy will come out with 4 fouls. 7.5 to play in the game, 34-21. Stasiak back in, and Musselman will come out. And boy, Cromer's on the floor over there.
Yeah, her back's really hurting. She landed on that hip.
Let's take a timeout. We're taking an injury timeout as now the trainer and coach is over there looking at her. You're listening to high school basketball, 92.1 WROI. Well, it's good to see that Cromer was up and walked over to the bench on her own. The three-point shot by Wabash no good. Mo with the rebound. And now we're going to have a tie-up, really. Wow. So it'll be basically an offensive rebound for Wabash as Barton will look to trigger it in baseline right. 45 seconds gone in the fourth quarter. And now we're going to have a blocking. Yep, we're going to have an illegal screen. Is that going to be on 50? It will be. She'll be here for.
It's her 4, yep. Yeah, she was continually sliding up that lane as she's trying to set the pick.
34-21 Rochester. Don't forget our next broadcast will be Wednesday night as the Rochester Lady Zebras will play Triton. I don't know where that's at.
That's at home.
Is it?
Yep. Okay. The next 2 games are at home.
Ruff outside to Holland, high on the left side. Now to Malco in the center circle, right side to Larkin. Back to Malco. I think they're going to make Wabash pull out of that 2-3 zone.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Now Rochester will look to run some clock. Malco at the volleyball line. Bounce pass in the corner to Ruff.
You would think we've got the players in the game to have some good ball control. We'll see. It's been a struggle all night.
Ruff around the defense to Malcolm in the center circle. 2-3 zones extend to the volleyball line. Now to Holland. Action the paint. Kicks it outside to Malco. Becky.
Saved by Ruff.
Saved from going out of bounds by Ruff, who was horizontal to the floor. And then Malco turns it over. Yoakum will go coast to coast. Layup is good.
Putting themselves to sleep sometimes, I think.
6:20 to play in the game. 34-23. 2-3 zone extended to the volleyball line. Holland high on the right side. X the basketball. Dribbles away from the defense. Down the center circle. Works to the right wing to Ruff. Mo with the basketball. A couple of dribbles. Gets the pick from Stasiak. Goes to the free throw line. Hesitates. Kicks into the corner to Larkin. Outside of Malco. Becky then is fouled by Yoakum. And Rochester will go to the free throw line to shoot 1-1.
Yep, that's Yoakum's 4th. Rochester has struggled from the free throw line this evening. 2 of 6 from the line. Malco with just 6 points in the ball game, half her average.
Shively comes back into the game, and Stasiak will sit down. Cromer comes back. Good to see her coming back in.
Yep.
Kristen Cromer, a 5'5 senior. And let's see, Stasiak will come out. Is there blood on the floor?
There's some water. Must be something they're looking. Wet floor. Yep.
Kennedy gives the towel to Coach Stasiak. First good thing she's done tonight. 6:02 to play in the basketball game. 34-23. Rochester up. Becky Malco with the line to shoot one and the bonus for the Lady Zebras. First one for the senior. Good. At halftime again at Rochester, the Logansport guys lead Rochester 48-15. Pioneer leads North Miami guys at halftime 33-19. We'll see both of those girls and guys squad for North Miami next weekend. Second one for Malco. No good, in and out. Rebound to Wabash.
And that girls game's like a noon, 12:30.
It is, JV, 12:30 start or something like that. Paired around the defense and has her pocket picked by Holland. X carries the basketball, no call, so going for the right-handed layup, short, and the rebound to Malco. Ball still loose on the floor. Wabash picks it up. Cromer comes out of there with it, and then has it stolen by Ruff. And there's a headsy move by a sophomore who could have pushed it, but did not, and just ran clock.
Back out.
She knew we're up by 12 with 5.5 to play. There's no reason to push it.
Right, especially when we're missing layups. Why would you risk turning it over?
Rochester will use a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Ladies Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WRLI. Back at Wabash High School, 35-23. The Rochester Lady Zebras lead with 5:27 to play in the game. On the floor for Rochester, Holland, Malco, Ruff, Shively, and Larkin. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. The inbounds pass comes in to Malco. Malco, here we go. First time.
Yeah, man-to-man by Wabash.
Ruff in the paint, goes to the basket, wrap around pass to Shively, taken away and stolen by Wabash.
Rochester's 15th turnover of the ball game.
Cromer through the center circle on the run. Right side to Parrott, makes the three, drives around the defense, throws up a shot. We're going to have a foul on the shot by either Holland or Ruff. And it'll send Parrott to the line to shoot two for Wabash.
That's going to be Holland's first, team sixth. I'll tell you what, Rochester may be just trying to milk this clock and get out of here with a 12-point win, but the Lady Apaches are looking to win this game.
Actually, just a win at this point would be free throw for Parrott is good.
Yeah.
We'll have one more.
Well,
Stasiak back in, Ruff to come out.
My only suggestion would be let's not take Monday off. Let's go to practice and work on some things.
I don't think they'll take it off with Wednesday. Trey coming. One more for Parrott, looking to cut this lead to 10. The junior's second one is off the back of the iron, no good. Another offensive rebound. Parrott gets the basketball back and goes to the basket. Her shot is blocked. Stasiak picks it up, gives to Holland. X dribbles away from traffic. Out to Stasiak, now to Malco. Becky with the defense trailing out to Holland high on the left side. Boy, X got lucky. She just threw it up her grabs and hoping something good happened.
She just threw it to the middle of the floor.
Yeah.
Luckily, Malco went and got it.
And hands it off to Malco in the right wing. Out to Larkin. Cromer just about stole that pass. Back to Malco.
Rochester trying to make them 15-foot cross-court passes. Wabash is all over it trying to get them.
Malco drives it, hands it off to Larkin. Alley now top of the key, out right side. Bounce pass to Holland. X against Parrott. 4:25 to play in the game. Rochester by 11.
Anxiously holding an 11-point lead.
Yeah. Malco in the center circle. Malco dribbles it to the right wing. Crosses it over. Now back to the center of the floor. Bounce pass to Holland. X gets the pick from Stasiak. Works it right. Goes to the basket. Layup is short.
Good.
And the rebound to Wabash to Cromer.
Another wide open layup pushed into the bottom of the rim.
Shot down low is good by Harden.
Better call timeout.
35-26. 3:54 to play in the game. Malco through the center circle. Goes left wing. Call for the defense. Out to Stasiak. Keaton against the man-to-man defense. Now Musselman will check back into the game. Malco, right wing pass to X. Holland with the basketball. Gets a pick from Stasiak. Backs it out to the volleyball line between the rings.
We're at a point now where I don't like stalling for the end of the game.
Hands it off to Malco near the timeline. 3:20. Man-to-man defense.
A couple more turnovers and we're into a real problem.
Yeah, you're right. Larkin against Cromer. And then Cromer's foul on the reach-in. And that's going to send Alley to the line to shoot one of the bonus with 3:13 to play in the game.
Conventional wisdom would tell you this is what bails us out, but not tonight. This has not been a free throw friendly night for Rochester.
Musselman comes back in. Shively comes out. Wagner and Yoakum to come in. Cromer and Archer comes out for Wabash. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. 3:13 to play in the game. Rochester by 9. Larkin to the line for one in the bonus. First one for the senior is short, no good. Stasiak rips the board and is tied up. Rochester will keep possession.
Rochester's 3 of 9 from the free throw line.
Now what's Wabash going to do? They're going to stay in the man-to-man?
I hope. Yep, I would.
Larkin will look to trigger it in. Alley slaps the basketball, baseline right. Got to get it in, does so to Malco.
No better than Rochester's been shooting. Yeah, man-to-man. Put pressure on them, make them have to work to get that shot off.
Holland against Parrott at the volleyball line. Man-to-man defense by Wabash. Dribbles around the defense, in the paint. She dribbles at the top of the key, now backs out between the rings. High on the left side to Malco. Becky the basketball against Yoakum. Dribbles away from the defense, down low to Musselman. Kennedy on the baseline, hands off to Larkin.
He's out of bounds. 9-point game, and the Lady Apaches are going to get the ball back with 2:48 to go, and they are definitely pushing the tempo in this one as we come down the stretch.
Ruff comes back in and Musselman comes out. 2:48 to play in the game. 35-26, Rochester and Wabash with the basketball. You got 5 seconds. Dribble, you got 5 more seconds.
And you can see Cromer on the sideline looking to come back in. She's still hurt.
Yoakum is fouled on the block by Malco, and I believe Wabash will go to the free throw line to shoot one of the bonus.
Malco picks up her third.
Yoakum will go to the line. The 5'4" sophomore at the line for one and the bonus. Rochester only by 9 with 2:40 to play in the game.
Wabash 8 of 13 from the free throw line.
Somebody's got to block out.
Somebody better do a lot of things.
Yoakum with one of the bonus. First one for the sophomore. Too hard. Rebound tipped around, and somehow Malco comes out of there with it. But Wabash touched it twice before the rebound. Malco against Yoakum. High on the right side for Rochester. Malco back to Holland in the center circle. X holds against Cromer. X backs her way to the three-point line. She loses the handle. Picked up by Cromer. Wabash runs. Cromer in the lane. Down low to Harden. Her layup is good. Timeout Wabash. 35-28. Rochester, you're listening to Ladies Junior Basketball, 92.1 WROI. Back at Wabash High School, where we're in the fourth quarter. We're just about 2:40 to play in the game. Rochester's lead is now down to 7.
This is the worst game I've seen these girls play in 3 years, quite frankly.
Yeah.
This is absolutely the worst game I've seen them play in 3 years.
After 3 at Rochester, Logansport leads Rochester 61-19.
We were talking off the air. How many missed layups?
Yep,
how many missed point-blank shots? No effort to rebound. It's just out of position.
Full court press now by... No, take that back. They call it off. Taking a bunch to the volleyball line. Malco against Cromer. 2 minutes to play. Hands off to Holland. X around the defense. Out to Malco, high on the left side. Becky against Cromer. Crossover dribble. Takes her to the free throw line. Out down low to Stasiak. Her jumper short, but a foul coming against Yoakum. Wow, that's a late call. I thought
she had all ball, but that'll be her fifth if that's on her.
And so Keaton Stasiak will go to the line to shoot 2, I believe, with 1:51 to play in the game. Rochester nursing a 7-point lead. Yoakum has fouled out, and that's going to send Archer in off the Wabash bench to replace her. So Archer comes in. Stasiak the line to shoot 2 for the Lady Zebras, looking to push this lead back to 9.
That's all the Lady Zebras have in this fourth quarter.
Free throws?
One free throw. That's it.
Stasiak's free throw is good. She'll have one more. McCauley will come back into the game, and she'll replace Mullet for the Lady Apaches. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. Stasiak with one more, looking to push this lead back to 9 with 1:51 to play in the game. Keaton's second one, good again. We haven't hit 2 in a row often tonight.
That's the first time.
Okay. Cromer pushes up the 4 for Wabash. Rochester by 9. Picks up her free dribble. Down low to McCauley. Baby hook in the lane is no good. And the ball is taken away by Holland. Holland with the basketball for Rochester. Hands off to Malco. Against the double team. Malco then fouled by Cromer. And that's going to send Becky to the line to shoot 2 for Rochester with 90 seconds to play in the game. Up by 9.
Cromer now with 4.
And you know what? I don't know if there's been a shot taken by Wabash tonight that they haven't gotten at least one hand on the offensive rebound.
I agree. Well, I think there was one point where they took one shot and we got the rebound.
One time down the floor.
One time.
Yep.
Where they didn't get a second opportunity.
Malco's free throw's too hard. Musselman will come back in. Not sure she's fouled out yet in her high school career, but tonight might be the first time as Mo comes out. 92 seconds to play in the game. Rochester by 9. Second for Malco. Nope. Rebound to Wabash. 37-28. Cromer pushes ahead to Parrott. Cromer top of the key. Cromer works right side. Crossover dribble. Goes to the free throw line. Out to McCauley. 3 over Musselman. Short. And the rebound to Kennedy. Kennedy the timeline. Grabs the board. Hands off to Holland. 1:15 to play in the game. Gives to Malco now high on the right side. Malco holds against Cromer. Bounce pass top the key to Larkin. Larkin against Wagner. Runs away from her defender. Down low to Stasiak. Jumper in the lane is no good. Musselman with the rebound. The putback is no good. And McCauley with the board. 50 seconds. Another point blank, 2-point blank.
Yep.
Rochester by 9. Harden, hard off the glass. Nope. Rebound to Malco. 42 seconds. Becky slows up. Runs away from the defense. Crosses the timeline. Bounce pass to Holland with 35. Now to Malco. Rochester by 9. Time ticking away in this game. Out to Larkin with 32. Now to Holland with 28. 37-28 Rochester. Malco is fouled now by Parrott, and Becky will go to the line to shoot 2 freebies for Rochester.
Malco's 1 of 5 from the free throw line tonight. She has 7 points.
Malco with the line to shoot 2, looking to push this lead to double digits. Here with a couple freebies. And she rattles that one home. And now Rochester up by 10 at 38-28. One more coming for the senior as Ruff comes back in and Musselman to sit down. Now there goes the opportunity fouling out. 26 seconds to play in the game.
They might get a turnover and have to put her back in.
10-point lead for Rochester. Second for Malco, no good. Defensive rebound for Parrott. 22. Parrott through the center circle and throws it over the head of Barton, that is. It'll go back to Rochester with 21.8 to play in the game. Coach Stone will send in Mullet and also Archer, and Wagner and McCauley will sit down, and now Rochester will take a 60-second timeout. You're listening to Lady Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI. 22 seconds to go in the game. Malco breaks the press easily. Rochester by 10, and Wabash fouls with 19 seconds to play. Rochester up 38-28, and on the verge of getting their first win here at Wabash since Wabash joined the conference.
Yep. Their second conference win this year.
Malco's first free throw is no good. McCauley and Wagner back in. Coming out is Archer and Mullet. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman.
Might be a good thing this was the only time they've ever played here in their career because they really play horrible. They can't shoot a free throw.
Malco's second one, no good. McCauley with the board. Clears the Cromer with 17, and the bad pass. Malco tries to save it going out of bounds, cannot, and it'll stay with Wabash. 14.8. Well, Rochester going to run the mark to 9-0. 2-0 in the TRC. I think you can put an asterisk by this one and say ugly.
Yeah, or sorry.
Yeah. McCauley, jumper in the paint is no good, and stays there with the rebound with 9. Now Holland has it, fixing the way through the defense with 5, across the timeline with 4, and that'll do it. The final tonight, the Rochester Lady Zebras defeat Wabash 38-28. Post-game show coming up next on 92.1 WRLI.